The first three words of the Holy Bible are translated from two Hebrew letters, Beth and Resh. If you go back to my Hebrew equals the third eye video, it discusses how Eber uses the same letters, except an extra letter, Ayin is another one. But you'll know that the Beth means to house or housed in. In this case, it means in or at. Resh is head. So the first three words in the Bible are in the beginning. It's using Beth and Resh, which means in the head. So this means it all begins and ends in our mind. Remember, we are made up of atoms. An atom is the basic particle of matter. They are indestructible and indivisible. Greek philosophers consider an atom the fundamental component of the universe. So if you remember from our Lucifer video, the word diamond is derived from the Greek word atomos. Atomos means indestructible, just like the word atom, like they believe atom is. So that's some further proof that the Adam and Eve story is an allegory, because atom and atom are the same words. Basically, they both just mean indestructible, indivisible, so on and so forth. So an atom is the smallest part of an element. Not only are we made up of chemical elements like carbon, which is the sixth element on the periodic table. It has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. That's that 666. So, I like to repeat and cross-reference info from other videos in the hopes to encourage you to view them all or look back on them. Alright, so we also are made up of the 4 primal elements, which is fire, earth, water, and air. Alright, so basically we are elemental beings. The word elemental means the mind of El. Mental is mind. El can either mean God if you're a Canaanite, or light or power. I told you El is really mistranslated as the word God. There's worship as God in the by the Canaanites. But it basically means light or power. I mean, we're light beings. So this is all in our mind, the light in our minds. So now the light trapped inside our physical body is trapped in the pineal gland. Alright. So I discussed the Kabbalion before. Those are 7 principles. You might be familiar with the law of attraction that everybody used, or when they came up with the Secret was the big book a couple of years ago. So another principle on there is the principle of mentalism, which states that all is mind, everything is mental. So that's what this is basically telling us about. So in the beginning, Beth and Resh means in the head. So in the beginning, that's why they translated that. So in the beginning, it all started off in the mind of God, or the source, or the power, or El, if you will. Alright. So now we want to discuss the difference between high and low magic. So high is just basically the opposite of low magic. Low magic is the use of material objects. So I told you everything's in your mind. I know I use the Kabbalah Tree of Life in my videos. So anything like that, making sigils, using Kabbalah Tree of Life. I haven't talked about altars yet. Candle magic, anything with a physical or material objects used for magic, that's low magic. So the opposite is high magic. You're just using your subconscious magic. This is all in your head. Sometimes we need to bring that out to focus our energy, so we use stuff like candles and rocks and sigils and things like that. Alright? So you might have heard of white and black magic. There's really no such thing as white and black magic. People make black magic as something bad. So you don't confuse that with using dark energies. You can use Lucifer and dark or the dark side of the Kabbalah Tree of Life, dark forces or Darth Vader and things like that. That's not black magic. It depends on what your intent is. So your black magic can be something like when you're trying to influence someone else's will. Because magic is about using your will to change your reality. So you might get women using black magic when they heard the whole fable about putting period blood in your spaghetti to get a man to be basically hooked on you. So what you're doing is trying to change someone else's will. So you basically it works for the most part if you're dealing with somebody with a weak mind or a weak will. So that's black magic. You're basically keeping somebody against their own will using magic. Alright, so the difference between magic and sorcery. Sorcery is when you're affecting something, an external reality. Like I told you in my other video, when you want to summon on spiritual things like say love, you wanna use magic or self-love. You might want to summon Venus, the goddess of love. But when you're dealing with romantic love or mundane things like earthly love or relationships, that's an outer effect. So that's sorcery. You might want to call in like an ancestor or something like that. So sorcery can be something changing the outside, where your circumstances at work or something like that. You're not necessarily changing something in you to make you a better worker, which is magic. You might be changing something such as I don't know, causing your something. So that's sorcery. All right. So I want to bring up a sorcerer that comes up in the Bible. So if you look at my video on the word nigga, that shows up in the Bible in Acts 13, another name shows up in Acts 13. So you want to go back. It's Bar Jesus. All right. So the Hebrew word bar means son of. So in the word bar mitzvah, mitzvah means the commandment or the law. So if a bar mitzvah is a son of the covenant or the son of the commandment or son of the law. So the word bar Jesus means son of Jesus. So if taken literally, that means Jesus has a son. Some of the Christians I've used to talk to, I've asked, they believe that there's only one Jesus. Even in the ones, people who know Jesus can be a derivative of Joshua or Yeshua, or translation of, they might admit that there's other Joshuas and other Yeshuas, but they claim only one person went by Jesus. So if that's true, then Jesus must have had a son, but then they say Jesus didn't have sex. So there's always some contradiction. But keep in mind, this is all in your mind. This is elemental. These are all deities, and no one's hanging up in the sky waiting on you or coming back. These are energies that you want to redeem within yourself. So the son of Jesus, in the Bible they describe him as a sorcerer. They use a different name, a magus, a sorcerer, a magician. A wizard just means a wise one, just like witch means witty. So wizard is the same word as lizard, so we're dealing with that serpent energy again. Lizard and wizard is the same thing. Alright, the reason why I bring up bar, because the Hebrew letters Beth and Resh are the letters that make up this word bar. The opposite of bar, or daughter of, is Bath. Like Bath Sheba means daughter of Sheba, B-A-T-H. So B-A-R, you might get Bartholomew, which means the son of Thalamai. Or Barnabas, the son of Naba, something like that. So you get the point. Just want to point that name out for those of you. So if you're a Christian, you have to reconcile with your pastor and find out if Jesus had a son, or what does Bar Jesus mean, if there's only one Jesus, or one person who goes by that name. Alright, so this is a short video. I'll do another video on maybe all 7 tenets of the Kabbalion. Like I said, this is just one of them, the principle of mentalism. Alright, do your own research, and hope you enjoy it.